You know what I mean? It's like I don't think there's anything she can't bake at this point.
No, she like that's her thing. That's her
I know,
thing.
but I mean, respect to her. I'm not saying it was ever like she's brought it up. So I mean, like before she was doing it, but now it's like, man, steaks alive.
All right, up here at this 25,000. Welcome to the YouTube stream as well for everyone that's going to be tuning in over there or for the
Uh-huh.
playbacks. As it sits right now, we're all the way up here at this 25,000 area, which is crazy. We talked about that yesterday on the stream. So the fact that we got there, who knows what happens today? Who knows? I'm just trying to mark all my charts up.
So that white line you have right there, that's what yesterday's
On Ninja, they're trying to say that's like the close from yesterday, pretty much.
Okay, pretty much, okay.
But that on Trading View is slightly different. It's like 1 point off. So.
Well, I popped on at one point when it hit like the all-time high, and it was like crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just looking. I wasn't trading. My wife came home, and I was just like, I looked at it, and I was like, whoa. It was kept going. Yeah, I mean, it was, I wasn't trading it, but it was just like, man, this thing has got wings.
I'm ready to make some money today.
Yes, sir.
I'm ready.
Let's go. Let's go. Go.
Wow, that's a big move pre-market. Going back to that VWAP.
Back to that V.
Back to the VWAP.
All right, there we go.
Back to the big WAP.
All right, got the charts finally set up on this one.
All right, all right. Let's go.
Let's see what we get.
That's what we needed to hear, Duane. Two more minutes.
I mean, like I was telling G earlier, man. I'm really grateful for this group. You know what I mean? Because we're tight, and I just like it's like colors my day good.
No, I'm glad you enjoy. I enjoy it. Moose is should be getting on today. He tried getting on yesterday, but he clicked the wrong link, so it was trying to put him in the class training from last week.
Pretty much what I do, I just go to that same one that you put from how long ago, and just click it, and then it'll take me right to you guys.
Well, you don't even have to do that. On like the tab section, it says live trading. You can click that, and that's the link right there.
Well, I have my wife's tablet that I use for this. And so it always is like pre-populates to that because the other stuff I do on my computer or my phone. And I did send Chi a picture of that meat I smoked last weekend just so he knows it's the real deal. My oldest daughter came by the house and just wrecked some of those ribs, man. Just went to town.
Yeah.
Here we go.
All right, market's open. Market is open.
Order filled.
Not yet.
I gotta be. I'm waiting.
I had to flip my Apex account for 2 more days here to request that payout that won't get denied this time. So. Below that close from yesterday,
what, the 24.95?
The 996, 995 area, that's the close from yesterday.
Yeah, 995 on mine.
Got you. Right back
Popping on the
again.
VWAP.
And then right under it again.
If we get some strong momentum in either direction, I'm going to take a quick scalp just to flip this account here.
Order field.
Just waiting because Bears want to push it down some, but the Bulls are holding.
Yes.
I ain't gonna lie, I kind of like these new songs that you got now, Duane.
Well, I'm glad you didn't like the other ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, sorry about that.
No, I did. But
It's a joke. It's a joke.
It won't hurt to switch it up a little,
Nope. Yeah, I figured we needed to switch up slightly, because the other one, like I said, we were listening to those all the way back in July. So I'm like,
yeah, it's good to switch it. I think we should bring back G's track though. Like, it should be like a hidden one that goes into a playlist. Good
morning, Moose.
Good morning.
Morning, Moose.
Welcome to the stream today, sir.
Thank you, sir. Muchas gracias. This market is moving a little crazy.
It's not really moving at all, really. Today, maybe.
It wasn't prior.
I think I know it's gonna be a little choppy. It's gonna be choppy today.
Pre-market didn't move much, But I'm
yeah.
like, right now, it's just has some volume, and I'm watching it right now. It's moving like no direction yet.
We have news coming out at 9:45 and Trump speaking at 10. So.
What is Trump speaking about? Do you know? Is it just like?
No clues at the UN, so we'll see.
Okay, maybe. Yeah, well, he says he's like leaving the UN. That should shake some market.
Say something about tariffs. What happened?
Oh, he says something about tariffs. This price will drop an easy 900 points a day. If not more. Still just hanging out around this close from yesterday. I want to flip this account, but there's no clear direction yet.
I'm proud of you because if you took it right now, I'd ask if you were insane. Look at that 5 minute. It just like that thing is just like what?
Yep. But it's showing that the Bulls are trying to buy that price up.
I could see that.
But we're right around this whole number. Another tight range so far for the day. Are the Bulls going to start pushing here?
Is it going to break that high candle at 25.10?
Probably.
Bears popped it right back down right there.
Yes, they did.
All right, just flip that account. 125 on that flip. We'll definitely take it, but I'm waiting now till after 9:45.
So he says. So he says.
Yes, so I say. Well, actually, I do have.
Never take a trade within the first 420 seconds.
Shit, look at the momentum though. It's going down.
We have the overnight low down there at the 973 level. 973 for the overnight low. Let's see if we build out a flag.
Hoping we build out a flag.
I already know you jumped in, Duane.
I did. I gotta try flipping this account as well. Hit that low. This is a take profit eval. So that's the only reason why I was willing to jump in right there. See if we got that follow through. Because I got to put a decent penny in this one today past it. I only have one other day after today to be able to do so. So.
For more than a decent penny. I'm trying to get whole dollars out of this mother.
Let's see if we pop up slightly, build out a bear flag.
Already on it, sir. Have my doodle there.
Yeah, I'm putting my doodle on right now. Preparing. Log in over here. Alrighty. Let's see. 593 for the next account. All right, now we patiently wait till 9:45. We have that news as well, so
Now the patience kicks in.
Just wait, baby. Just wait.
well, I'm getting off today right at 11. I can't stay a second longer after 11. I'm heading to the beach today. I have the meeting at 1:30, so I gotta get out there, gotta get set up so I can have my meeting on the beach. So
Hey, which beach do you usually go to?
New Smyrna.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Just don't get bit by no shark.
What was that?
Don't get bit by no shark.
Oh no. I go lower than my ankles most days, so we're good. I just put the feet in so I can say I went, you know.
I think there's like a plaque up there that says a Duane Broom II Legacy Beach.
Well, put it this way, the people that have like the food trucks, they know my tent. That's how often I go.
Damn.
Because normally I'm there with the kids sometimes, so they'll stop because the kids want everything.
Oh, so they'll make a beeline right for you.
Because they know it's an easy payday.
Yeah, okay, we got it covered. And you're like, no, the kids aren't here today. They're like, man.
they'll slow down and they'll look to see if it's everyone or if it's just me and my girl. If it's just me and my girl, they'll just keep going. If it's the kids, they'll purposely have the music playing a little bit louder, right in front of the. It's hilarious. All right, still selling off here. Still selling off. Look at that momentum. Slightly want to try jumping in on this. I'm not trying to get my face ripped off either.
There's no facial ripping off.
Ah, too many contracts.
What does that one mean?
I had too many contracts on.
Oh, he wasn't gonna jump in, but he's gonna trade the whole shit in shebangle.
You can't trade 5 contracts anymore on this account with Tradeify. And I had 5 from the other one.
Oh, so you're saying that because they changed their terms or whatever, you can only do 4, or is that
Yeah.
what they did?
Yeah.
I don't know those people.
A few more minutes.
Jump in and out.
All right, 180 on that trade. I got nervous because it's before that 945. I gotta be done. I gotta follow the rules right now. I gotta follow the rules. I did not like that feeling, knowing that it was before that 945.
Good thing you're not broadcasting right now to prove it.
I am broadcasting.
I was just being sarcastic, sir.
Oh. Let me rotate to the next one.
Hey, Duane, next weekend or next week is my birthday week, so there's some plans. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
I'll be rolling, so I'll probably check in, but I probably won't be able to stay on the whole call. But
Okay.
I mean, I just want you to know that it's not because I'm like being lazy.
No, I appreciate you letting me know. Like, it's not because I'm ugly or anything. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you already. I can't deny the truth. God said. No. I think that like I'm not gonna be gone just like to be gone. So
yeah.
Do I at least get that credit at this point?
You do get that credit, sir. Let's see if we build out another bear flag because they repeat themselves. So we have this bear flag up here that printed. That's the first one. Here's the second one. Let's see if we get another one down here. I won't complain if we do.
We're not gonna complain.
Not gonna complain. No reason to.
We got 30 seconds until we're wrapped on the 15.
Yeah, but we have news coming out at 9:45 as well. So be careful. Be careful, everyone.
And then you also have the UN speech. That could go anywhere because there's been a big call to get rid of the UN or step out of it.
Yeah.
And I think that'd be a wonderful idea because it's like, I hate that thing. I've hated it for 30 years.
Look at those wrinkle bars right there. Oh, let's see what we get here. Look, it's trying to do another bear flag, but not liking the movement so far.
But it's making you wait until the time is up.
Well, we're at 9:45 right now. So.
Well, I know. I just, now it will go. It just, you wanted Duane to cool off a little bit. Got my box drawn.
I got my doodle on the chart. Just waiting.
Okay, so Tradeify will no longer let you do 5 contracts under any circumstance, correct?
For this account, they cap you at 4.
Okay. If we do that trade tick one, do we still get access to Ninja Trader?
Yeah, funding tick.
Hey, Dwayne, what does that mean? Five contracts at once or 5 contracts overall the day?
At once. So I trade 4 contracts at once normally.
So yeah, because I only put like I leave it at selected 1. You add more to it as you go.
Yeah, I trade 4. So for me, every move is like $20.
Yeah. I got you now.
Look at those selling pressure. Got these big wicks.
So it's gonna be a nice bear flag.
Well, y'all see it on the 2-minute?
Yes, sir.
On the 1 minute, if you look at the 2 minute, it started printing a little bit.
Yep. On that 1 minute. Oh yeah. Unless she wants to come down. They'll talk early though. Unless she's doing it.
That 2-minute candle's looking kind of crazy. Well, it was for a second there. Waiting to be an excellent sniper here in the markets today. Waiting for the move to show.
Waiting for the move to show.
Let's see what we got. All right, so we have a pivot point down there at the 924 level below us.
We got all this craziness above us, the 81 for the EMA and then the 89 for the VWAP.
Yep.
And then the 995 for the close and then the full number. There's all kinds of fun stuff.
Yep.
Trying to make this way back up.
I'm not trusting it though. We're still below the middle of that 15-minute range. I need to put $2,000 in my Tradeify accounts so I can request a payout. Because since they upped it to $3,000, I have just over 1,000 and some change in all my Tradeify fundeds. So just gotta get that extra $2,000 so I can request that $1,500 payout for that first payout on those accounts. And I'm trying to do that before next Tuesday. So I'm not rushing it. Since they pay so quickly, I'm like, just take my time, put the money in each day, just a little bit each day, and get that payout. That's it.
A doji candle right there on the 5. That.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh, here we go. Is this going to be the move? The doodle's definitely saving me right now. Not gonna lie.
It's saving me too.
We got these big wicks on these 2-minute candles currently.
Oh yeah.
One more day of flip my Apex account. Be able to request a 2K payout from them. I have other accounts I could activate for funded, but I haven't activated them because I want to see if they deny this payout. Because if they deny the payout, I'm not going to activate them.
And that other one that I slaughtered, the name of the funding ticks. Have you? Where are you at on those?
I blew my eval account, and I just haven't purchased another one yet from them. Nothing against them, but the 7 days, if you don't trade it, one trade every 7 days, or else they take your account. I didn't like that personally.
I understand that, but you'll never do that again. So let's get your money from them.
That's true. That's true.
You're like a. Can I talk to you? Just shut out all YouTube and everything. Steve Duane, you are a master. You need to do it. Make them pay for that mistake.
That's true. That's true. I'll make them pay.
Maybe you could get it during the lull of today's trading and get in and like at least make some money today on it.
I could probably do that.
Get him today. Get him.
Yeah, you heard him. I don't know what you said exactly, but I think it was along the lines of what I'm talking about too. Get him.
All right, we'll get him. All right, gentlemen. You talked me into it. We're gonna make him pay.
Oh yeah, you think you're gonna take my account in 7 days? Watch this next 7 days, sucker. Gonna move down. What are we doing?
Trump is talking right now?
He shouldn't be. He talks at 10.
Okay.
200 bucks on that trade right there. We broke through the line with good momentum, so I took it quickly right there.
And then 42 is the low that it touched, right?
Yeah.
And there's a pivot point. What was it in the 20s?
24 for the pivot.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, so we broke out of the 15-minute range right there. I'm waiting to see if we bounce back into it like we normally do.
Just did.
All right, right back into that 15-minute range. That's why we don't try staying in for that first breakout, because we always retest it. And now we wait for another move here to break out this 15. Trump is speaking at 10 o'clock. Let's see if we build out another flag right here. I want to see a flag on that 5 minute though. A 5-minute flag would give me some nice warm and fuzzies, but we'll see what we get.
Yes, we shall see.
Just broke out the 15-minute range once again there, but we're still in it. So, gotta see some good follow through at this point for me. Looking at my 2-minute chart, want to see this flag print. Remember, for the bear flags, it has to push up first before the market goes down. So honestly, with Trump speaking at 10 o'clock, if we don't get any quick movement right now, I'm going to have to hold until after he's done talking. Just to be safe, because when he talks, the market moves. Like I was tempted to jump in on that right there, but 2 minutes before the president speaks, I'm like, ugh.
That's 2 minutes for you to be made well.
We didn't get the flag or anything as well. That's why I wasn't like super excited for that. I want to see some structure. Right back into that 15-minute range right there. $10 o'clock's about to hit. Less than 20 seconds left for 10 o'clock here. We do have that pivot point down there at the 924, which we spoke about earlier. So 10 o'clock just hit. Let me see where he's speaking at. If it's going to be broadcasted.
Duck the 6.5 out of the corner today.
Moments away from President Trump. So, question for the community here. Do you guys want to hear what Trump's talking about? Or no? Because I can have it play for you guys.
Sure.
I mean,
why not?
All right.
I'm good either way. If
Okay.
he's happy, I'm happy.
Once I see him get up there, I'll put it on.
As an organization, because it
Holy shit! I'm sorry. I'm trying to see a way for trading, so I looked at something on my phone, and it's just hilarious. Oh. Well.
Glad I didn't FOMO into a trade right there below that 15-minute range, since the market just slightly pushed up back to the 15-minute range. So thank God I'm occupying myself.
I'm occupying myself too, man. I can't even stand it.
These are the longest times of your life.
You're still trading your funded, right?
Yeah, because I haven't had time to do anything like last week, and then from Wednesday to all last week, I couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to been on charts.
I recommend you checking on your funded account to see what your threshold is. They updated their like rules and everything on the 12th of September. Okay. So it's either going to be 3,000 or 2,100. So if you bought it before the 12th, it'll be 2,100. If you bought it after the 12th, it'll be a 3,000 like threshold you have to hit.
Okay, how do I? Okay, I got you.
Just on your dashboard, you click the account, and it'll show you right there.
On the Tradify, right?
Yes, sir.
Let me see.
Just so you know what you're targeting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the market wants to go down right here, but I'm waiting for Trump. That's the safest play. Wait for Trump to speak, because he's going to say something that the market's going to move off of. He may say, "Hey,
check where
on your dashboard for just click your funded account, so the view details." And then once you're in there, it'll say objectives to the right. It'll say minimum profit required.
Profit target?
Yeah, minimum profit required.
Yeah, 3,000.
Okay.
So that's what it was last time, though.
Pretty much. Before it was 2,100 for the funded accounts. They upped it to the 3 because a lot of traders were blowing their accounts after taking their first payout. The squat. I thought this was. Go to the beach a day. Vibe up.
Hey. Hey, Duane, I DM'd you what made me laugh a minute ago, so it's just obscure. So it's on the it's in your.
I got it. I'm jumping over there right now.
Just needs a little bit of tiny bit of audio, not enough to go on the stream, and you'll get it. Just...
Not the staple gun or nail gun.
The king. it was so obscure, man. I couldn't help it. I was like, okay, that kept me out of a trade while I'm waiting for.
Hey, whatever helps. You know what I'm saying? Whatever helps. I'm literally waiting till Trump to trade this funded account. Not trying to get chopped up beforehand.
No choppy chop.
Yeah, no choppy chop today.
Yeah, funny. No choppy chop.
No choppy chop. We're not kung fu masters, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not chopping today.
Man, what is it looking like, man? What is it looking like, Duane? I thought it was gonna be a bear, but it shot right up.
We're back in that 15-minute range. I feel like the market is waiting for Trump to speak.
What's the whole shit? It's past 10. I thought he was gonna talk at 10 o'clock. Well,
it's the UN, so we're just waiting for him to come in.
I think
We're putting tariffs on all y'all. Tariffs for everybody.
He's done. So I think.
And once he says that, the market's gonna go down quick. So.
Band and so forth, they can do it. They've got the free cash generation to do it. It perpetuates the theme here. It does bring into question in terms of.
So weird.
That buying demand, because some of the desk notes are like, we didn't think we'd be this early in the process. We didn't see. I think it was one desk note that said pay.
Still at the lows of this 15-minute range from this morning. Patiently waiting for our president to speak, so we know what he's trying to do with the United Nations. If he's going to be going there like Denzel from Training Day, we're going to see. We're going to see what happens here. Well, Trump is now up there at the podium. All right, here we go. Okay, why did that not load? That's weird. So confused.
You nevertheless, and that way you speak more from the heart. I can only say that whoever's operating this teleprompter is in big trouble.
All right, president's at the podium.
Hello, Madam First Lady. Thank you very much for being here. And Madam President, Mr. Secretary General, First Lady of the United States, distinguished delegates, ambassadors, and world leaders. 6 years have passed since I last stood in this grand hall and addressed a world that was prosperous and at peace in my first term. Since that day, the guns of war have shattered the peace I forged on 2 continents. An era of calm and stability gave way to one of the great crises of our time. And here in the United States, 4 years of weakness, lawlessness, and radicalism under the last administration delivered our nation into a repeated set of disasters. 1 year ago, our country was in deep trouble, but today, just 8 months into my administration, we are the hottest country anywhere in the world.
The hottest.
There is no other country even close. America is blessed with the strongest economy, the strongest borders, the strongest military, the strongest friendships, and the strongest spirit of any nation on the face of the earth. This is indeed the golden age of America. We are rapidly reversing the economic calamity that we inherited from the previous administration, including ruinous price increases and record.
Don't trade while he's talking. I'll tell you that now.
Inflation like we've never had before. Under my leadership, energy costs are down, gasoline prices are down, grocery prices are down, mortgage rates are down, and inflation has been defeated. The only thing that's up is the stock market, which just hit a record high.
Get ready!
Hit a record high 48 times in the last short period of time.
Stock market.
Growth is surging, manufacturing is booming. The stock market, as I said, is doing better than it's ever done. And all of you in this room benefit by that. Almost everybody. And importantly, workers' wages are rising at the fastest pace in more than 60 years.
Just had a bear flag print on that 5 minute.
Isn't it? In 4 years of President Biden, we had less than $1 trillion of new investment into the United States. In just 8 months since I took office, we have secured commitments and money already paid for $17 trillion. Think of it, 4 years, less than $1 trillion, 8 months, much more than $17 trillion is being invested in the United States, and it's now pouring in from all parts of the world. We've implemented the largest tax cuts in American history and the largest regulation cuts in American history, making this once and again the best country on earth to do business. And many of the people in this room are investing in America, and it's turned out to be an awfully good investment during this 8-month period. In my first term, I built the greatest economy in the history of the world. We had the best economy ever, history of the world. And I'm doing the same thing again, but this time it's actually much bigger and even better. The numbers far surpass my record-setting first term. On our southern border, we have successfully repelled a colossal invasion. And for the last 4 months, and that's 4 months in a row, the number of illegal aliens admitted and entering our country has been 0. Hard to believe.
Yeah, I don't believe that one. But
that's a lie. I know somebody just came.
People pouring in from all over the world, from prisons, from mental institutions, drug dealers.
They're not pouring the way they were before, but it's not 0. There's people crossing that people don't even know about.
Our message is very simple. If you come illegally into the United States, you're going to jail, or you're going back to where you came from, or perhaps even further than that. You know what that means. I want to thank the country of El Salvador for the successful and professional job they've done in receiving and jailing so many criminals that entered our country. And it was under the previous administration that the number became record-setting, and they're all being taken out. We have no choice. And other countries have no choice because other countries are in the exact same situation with immigration. It's destroying your country, and you have to do something about it. On the world stage, America is respected again like it has never been respected before. You think about 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, or 1 year ago, we were a laughingstock all over the world. At the NATO summit in June, virtually all NATO members formally committed to increase defense spending at my request from 2% to 5% of GDP, making our alliance far stronger and more powerful than it was ever before. In May, I traveled to the Middle East to visit my friends and rebuild our partnerships in the Gulf, and those valued relationships with Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the UAE and other countries are now, I believe, closer than ever before. My administration has negotiated one historic trade deal after another, including with the United Kingdom, the European Union, Japan, South Korea, Vietnam, Indonesia, the Philippines, Malaysia, and many, many others. Likewise, in a period of just 7 months, I have ended 7 unendable wars. They said they were unendable. You're never going to get them solved. Some were going for 31 years, 2 of them, 31, think of it, 31 years. One was 36 years.
Look how tight this is.
One was 28 years. I ended 7 wars.
Yeah, man, it's very tight. Look at that.
In all cases, they were raging.
This is what I'm looking at. This is the 2 minute that I'm looking on my other screen.
This includes Cambodia.
But this is what happens when Trump's speaking. It gets real tight, and then when he finishes, it's going to either shoot up or shoot down.
Pakistan and India.
From what I see,
Israel and
that's
Iran,
more like a bear flag to me.
Egypt and Ethiopia,
Correct?
and Armenia and Azerbaijan. It included all of them.
I'm looking at
No
it.
president or prime minister,
I'm just saying, what do you see right there?
No other country has ever done anything.
Right here, I see more of a bull flag than a bear
I
flag
did it in just
See a bull?
7 months.
because the pole comes
Never
up.
happened before.
Okay.
It comes in this direction right here with these bars.
It's too bad that I had to do these things
You're right.
instead of
You're right.
the United Nations doing them.
Right. I'm looking
That's
at
what
that-
I see.
I'm looking at that power bar behind it, the red one. That's
Yeah. No, I'm looking at this one, this green one that popped up.
I ended 7 wars.
And then it came-
dealt with the leaders
It was.
of
Let me
each and
move this
every one of
line. Well,
these
actually,
countries and never even received a phone call from the United Nations
that's a
offering
bull
to help
flag.
in finalizing the deal. All I got from the United Nations was an escalator that on the way up stopped
That's a
right
bull
in the
right there.
middle.
And look what's
If the
happening.
First Lady wasn't in great shape, she would have fallen. But she's in great shape. We're both in good shape. We both stood. And then a teleprompter that didn't work. These are the 2 things I got from the United Nations: a bad escalator and a bad teleprompter.
he's old. He don't care, man. When you get to that age, you don't care.
And by the way, it's working now. It just went on.
Do with
Thank you.
politics.
I think I should just do it the other way. It's easier.
Terrible.
Thank you
What a
very
joke.
much. I didn't think of it at the time because I was too busy working to save millions of lives. That is the saving and stopping of these wars. But later I realized that the United Nations wasn't there for us. They weren't there. I thought of it really after the fact, not during.
On the
Not during
15,
these
it's looking
negotiations.
like a
It's not
slight
easy.
bear flag.
That being the case, what is the purpose of the United Nations?
But we gotta
The
see what
UN
Trump
has
says
such
because if it
tremendous
stays
potential.
positive,
I've always said
Insulting
it.
them now.
It has such tremendous.
if it stays
tremendous
positive with what he's talking about for
but
the
it's not
U.S.,
even
the market
coming
will
close
go
to
up.
living up to that potential.
If he says
For the
anything
most
negative,
part,
the
at
market
least
will go
for now,
down.
all
So
they seem to do is write a really strongly worded letter and then never follow that letter up. It's empty words, and empty words don't solve war. The only thing that solves war and wars is action. Now, after ending all of these wars and also earlier negotiating the Abraham Accords, which is a very big thing for which our country received no credit, never receives credit. Everyone says that I should get the Nobel Peace Prize for each one of these achievements. But for me, the real prize will be the sons and daughters who live to grow up with their mothers and fathers, because millions of people are no longer being killed in endless and unglorious wars. What I care about is not winning prizes, it's saving lives. We saved millions and millions of lives with the 7 wars. And we have others that we're working on, and you know that. Many years ago, a very successful real estate developer in New York, known as Donald J. Trump, I bid on the renovation and rebuilding of this very United Nations complex. I remember it so well. I said at the time that I would do it for $500 million, rebuilding everything. It would be beautiful. I used to talk about, I'm going to give you marble floors. They're going to give you terrazzo. I'm going to give you the best of everything. You're going to have mahogany walls. They're going to give you plastic. But they decided to go in another direction, which was much more expensive at the time. which actually produce a far inferior product. And I realized that they did not know what they were doing when it came to construction, and that their building concepts were so wrong, and the product that they were proposing to build was so bad and so costly. It was going to cost them a fortune. And I said, and wait till you see the overruns.
What?
Well, it turned out to be right. They had massive cost overruns and spent between $2 and $4 billion on the building, and did not even get the marble floors that I promised them. You walk on terrazzo, do you notice that? As far as I'm concerned, frankly, looking at the building and getting stuck on the escalator, they still haven't finished the job. They still haven't finished. That was years ago. The project was so corrupt that Congress actually asked me to testify before them on the tremendous waste of money, because it turned out that they had no idea what it was, but they knew it was anywhere between $2 and $4 billion, as opposed to $500 million with a guarantee. But they had no idea, and I said it cost much more than $5 billion. Unfortunately, many things in the United Nations are happening just like that, but on an even much bigger scale, much, much bigger. Very sad to see. Whether the UN can manage to play a productive role, I've come here today to offer the hand of American leadership and friendship to any nation in this assembly that is willing to join us in forging a safer, more prosperous world. And it's a world that we'll be much happier with. A dramatically better future is within our reach. But to get there, we must reject the failed approaches of the past and work together to confront some of the greatest threats in history. There is no more serious danger to our planet today than the most powerful and destructive weapons ever devised by man, of which the United States, as you know, has many. Just as I did in my first term, I've made containing these threats a top priority, starting with the nation of Iran. My position is very simple. The world's #1 sponsor of terror can never be allowed to possess the most dangerous weapon. That's why shortly after taking office, I sent the so-called Supreme Leader a letter making a generous offer. I extended a pledge of full cooperation in exchange for a suspension of Iran's nuclear program. The regime's answer was to continue their constant threats to their neighbors and U.S. interests throughout the region, and some great countries that are right nearby. Today, many.
All right, I need him to finish up so we can start trading some more.
In fact, I can say almost all of them are no longer with us. They're dead.
Terrible.
And 3 months ago, in Operation Midnight Hammer, 7 American B-2 bombers dropped the 30,000-pound each bomb.
15 minutes showing a bear flag. 5 minutes showing a bear flag right there.
Obliterating everything. No other country on earth could have done what we did. No other country has the equipment to do what we did. We have the greatest weapons on earth. We hate to use them. But we did something that for 22 years people wanted to do. With Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity demolished, I immediately brokered an end to the 12-day war, as it's called, between Israel and Iran, with both sides agreeing to fight no longer. As everyone knows, I have also been deeply engaged in seeking a ceasefire in Gaza. Have to get that done. Have to get it done. Unfortunately, Hamas has repeatedly rejected reasonable offers.
Let's see if we build out another flag here
forget October 2nd,
on the higher time frames, like the 5 minute.
Now, as if to encourage continued conflict, some of this body is seeking to unilaterally recognize a Palestinian state. The rewards would be too great for Hamas terrorists for their atrocities. This would be a reward for these horrible atrocities, including October 7th, even while they refuse to release the hostages or accept a ceasefire. Instead of giving to Hamas and giving so much, because they've taken so much, they have taken so much. This could have been solved so long ago. But instead of giving in to Hamas's ransom demands, those who want peace should be united with one message: release the hostages now. Just release the hostages now. Thank you. Thank you. As we have got to come together, and we will come together, got to get it done. We have to stop the war in Gaza immediately. We have to stop it. We have to get it done. We have to negotiate. Immediately have to negotiate peace. We got to get the hostages back. We want all 20 back. We don't want 2 and 4. As you know, I got, along with Steve Witkoff and others that helped us, Marco Rubio, we got most of them back. We were involved in all of them. But I always said the last 20 are going to be the hardest, and that's exactly what happened. We have to get them back now. We don't want to get back 2, and then another 2, and then 1, and then 3. Have this process. No, we want them all back, and we want the actually 38 dead bodies back too. Those parents came to me, and they want them back, and they want them back very quickly and very badly, as though they were alive. They want them. They want them every bit as much as if their son or daughter were alive. I've also been working relentlessly, stopping.
Bulls trying to push up right
Ukraine.
here.
I thought
But
that
still
would be
at the lows of this 15-minute range. So let's see how we react to that 21 that you made that we just popped through.
I thought that was going to be the easiest one. But, you know, in war, you never know what's going to happen. There are always lots of surprises, both good and bad. Everyone thought Russia would win this war in 3 days. But it didn't work out that way. It was supposed to be just a quick little skirmish. It's not making Russia look good. It's making them look bad. No matter what happens from here on out, this was something that should have taken a matter of days, certainly less than a week. And they've been fighting for 3.5 years and killing anywhere from 5,000 to 7,000 young soldiers, mostly soldiers, on both sides, every single week, from 5,000 to 7,000 dead young people, and some in cities, much smaller numbers, where rockets are shot, where drones are dropped. This war would never have started if I were president. This was a war that should have never happened. It shows you what leadership is, what bad leadership can do to a country. Look what happened to the United States, and look where we are right now in just a short period of time. The only question now is how many more lives will be needlessly lost on both sides. China and India are the primary funders of the ongoing war by continuing to purchase Russian oil. But inexcusably, even NATO countries have not cut off much Russian energy and Russian energy products, which, as you know, I found out about 2 weeks ago, and I wasn't happy. Think of it. They're funding the war against themselves. Who the hell ever heard of that one? In the event that Russia is not ready to make a deal to end the war, then the United States is fully prepared to impose a very strong round of powerful tariffs, which
he's a tariff, yes.
Bloodshed, I believe, very quickly. But for those tariffs to be effective, European nations, all of you are gathered here right now,
He said it, Duane.
would have to join
Oh, boy, we gonna have some fun now. He said tariffs.
I mean, you're much closer to the city. We have an ocean in between.
He's going to
You're
probably
right
apply tariffs, and it's
And
probably
Europe has to step it up. They can't be doing what they're doing. They're buying oil and gas from Russia while they're fighting Russia. It's embarrassing to them, and it was very embarrassing to them when I found out about it, I can tell you that. They have to immediately cease all energy purchases from Russia. Otherwise, we're all wasting a lot of time. So I'm ready to discuss this. We're going to discuss it today with the European nations, all gathered here. I'm sure they're thrilled to hear me speak about it, but that's the way it is. I like to speak my mind and speak the truth. As we seek to reduce the threat of dangerous weapons today, I'm also calling on every nation to join us in ending the development of biological weapons once and for all. And biological is terrible, and nuclear is even beyond, and we include nuclear in that. We want to have a cessation of the development of nuclear weapons. We know, and I get to view it all the time. Sir, would you like to see? And I look at weapons that are so powerful that we just can't ever use them. If we ever use them, the world literally might come to an end. There would be no United Nations to be talking about. There would be no nothing.
What?
Just a few years ago, reckless experiments overseas gave us a devastating global pandemic. Yet despite that worldwide catastrophe, many countries are continuing extremely risky research into bioweapons and man-made pathogens. This is unbelievably dangerous. To prevent potential disasters, I'm announcing today that my administration will lead an international effort to enforce Biological Weapons Convention, which is going to be meeting with the top leaders of the world by pioneering an AI verification system that everyone can trust. Hopefully the UN can play a constructive role, and it will also be one of the early projects under AI. Let's see how good it is, because a lot of people are saying it could be one of the great things ever, but it also can be dangerous, but it can be put to tremendous use and tremendous good, and this would be an example of that. Not only is the UN not solving the problems it should, too often, it's actually creating new problems for us to solve. The best example is the #1 political issue of our time, the crisis of uncontrolled migration. It's uncontrolled. Your countries are being ruined. The United Nations is funding an assault on Western countries and their borders. In 2024, the UN budgeted $372 million in cash assistance to support an estimated 624,000 migrants journeying into the United States. Think of that. The UN is supporting people that are illegally coming into the United States, and then we have to get them out. The UN also provided food, shelter, transportation, and debit cards to illegal aliens. Can you believe that? On the way to infiltrate our southern border. Millions of people came through that southern border.
I need to stop talking. I want this market to move.
Millions of people were pouring in. 25 million altogether over the 4 years of the incompetent Biden administration.
Yo, this fool said southern borders. There's no northern borders.
Totally stopped. In fact, they're not even coming anymore because they know they can't get through.
Nobody comes through Canada?
There is, but less people come from the Canada border than the southern border.
Not create them and not finance them. In the United States, we reject the idea that mass numbers of people from foreign lands can be permitted to travel halfway around the world, trample our borders, violate our sovereignty, cause unmitigated crime, and deplete our social safety net. We have reasserted that America belongs to the American people. And
we're just in this zone right now till Trump's done speaking.
In defense of their citizens as well. You have to do that because I see it. I'm not mentioning names. I see it, and I could call every single one of them out. You're destroying your countries. They're being destroyed. Europe is in serious trouble. They've been invaded by a force of illegal aliens like nobody's ever seen before. Illegal aliens are pouring into Europe. Nobody is ever, and nobody's doing anything to change it, to get them out. It's not sustainable. And because they choose to be politically correct, they do just absolutely nothing about it. And I have to say, I look at London, where you have a terrible mayor, terrible mayor. And it's been so changed. Now they want to go to Sharia law.
Crazy. And then he wonders why people want to kill us.
You can't do that.
I love it though. Like, I love having a president that doesn't care about anyone's feelings, and he just speaks the truth.
They cannot.
No, listen.
This cannot be sustained.
It's not that I
what
don't
makes
like
the world so beautiful is that each country is unique. But to stay this way, every
yeah, he's not a politician. Like,
control their own borders. You have the right to control your borders, as we do now. And to limit the numbers of migrants entering.
I love it.
Paid for by the people of that nation that were there and that built that particular nation at the time.
I agree. Listen,
And
I'm
thank
not.
God,
blood,
you know,
sweat,
thank the
tears,
Lord Jesus
money
Christ that the
into that
Catholic
country.
didn't get in.
And
Kabbalah.
now they're being
That'd be
I'm not.
even more.
Proud nations must be allowed to
I'm neither
protect their
Republican or
communities
Demo,
and prevent
right?
their societies
Well,
from being overwhelmed by
I'm
people
an
they have never
independent, but
seen
I don't know if
before
be
with
considered
different
like a leftist Democrat. I
customs,
mean, because I know
religions,
that
with
there's two
different
sexes.
everything, where
Oh, no,
migrants have
listen,
violated laws,
I'm with
lodged
whatever
false asylum
I
claims,
agree
or
on,
claimed
not with
refugee status
whoever
for
else agrees. Just because
illegitimate reasons.
they're Republican or
They
Demo.
should,
No,
in
no.
many cases,
I agree with certain things,
be
and I disagree
immediately
with some
sent home.
things from both parties.
And
You know what
while
I mean?
we will always have a big
This
heart
guy,
for
he's
places and people
funny.
that are
When he talks,
struggling and
holy
truly
shit.
compassionate, answers will be given. We have to solve the problem.
You just
and we
need
have
to go
solve
back
it
to
in
the
their
tariff and
countries,
then
not
leave,
create
so
new
then we could have a
problems in our
party.
countries.
Oh
We are
man,
very
the market
lucky
would
a lot
go
of countries
crazy.
that
You
are
guys
just
should go and
not
get some
able to
food, and
send
then
their
if I
people
leave,
anymore.
he'll stop
They
speaking,
used to
right?
send them to us in caravans of
No, if I
25,
go to the beach
30,000
right now,
people.
the market's gonna
These
go
massive
absolutely
caravans of people
crazy.
pouring into our country, totally unchecked.
I didn't even
and
finish because I gotta get off like
How do you
legit
do
at
that?
11, and like I gotta take one more trade on for this account.
Inmates in German prisons were foreign nationals or migrants. In Austria, the number was 53% of the people in prisons were from places that weren't from where they are now. In Greece, the number
has
was
this
54%.
guy been talking for
and
20
in
minutes?
Switzerland, beautiful Switzerland,
He's
72%
been
of
yeah,
people in
give or
prisons
take.
are from outside of
Jeez,
Switzerland.
he's got a lot to say.
When your prisons are filled with
Hey,
so-called
it is what it
asylum
is.
seekers who repay kindness, and
I turned him down though, so he's not
repay
blasting
kindness with crime.
our eardrums
It's
anymore.
time to end the failed experiment of open borders. You have to end it now. Sid, I can tell you, I'm really good at this stuff. Your countries are going to hell. In America, we've taken bold action to swiftly shut down uncontrolled migration. Once we started detaining and deporting everyone
That's
who crossed
awesome.
the border and removing
Yo, what do you
illegal
watch,
aliens
CNN?
from the United States, they simply
This
stopped coming. They're
is
not coming anymore. We're getting a lot of credit, but they're
what
not
is this?
coming anymore.
Fox,
Humanitarian act
What is it?
for
Fox,
all involved.
Fox News.
It's probably
On the
playing
trips up.
everywhere, though.
Yeah, it is.
Of people a week were
I'm watching on my
Women
TV
were
right
being
now.
raped.
This guy is
Nobody's ever
crazy.
seen anything like it. Raped, horribly beaten, raped. On the trip up, the journey up, it was a long walk. It was a long, arduous journey, indeed. And it was also a historic victory against human trafficking throughout the region. What we did.
I'm not even looking at the markets right now because
You're being so good. I'm so proud of you. Oh wait, that's not my job.
well, it's not about being proud of me. It's one of those things. It's just chopping right. There's nothing to trade.
No, I know, I got it.
Jungles to get up. They go through jungles. They go through.
Because a lot of people they'll try trading when he's talking, but that's the wrong. You gotta trade once he's done talking.
You couldn't breathe.
Because you gotta listen to what he's talking about, so you know if the market's going to try going up or down.
Them not coming, we're saving tremendous numbers of lives. My people have done a fantastic job in doing what they did, and the American public agrees with it. I mean, I was very proud to see this morning have the highest poll numbers I've ever had. Part of it is because of what we've done on the border. I guess the other part is what we've done in the economy. Joe Biden's policies empowered murderous gangs, human smugglers, child traffickers, drug cartels, and prisoners from all over the world. The previous administration also lost nearly 300,000 children. Think of that. They lost more than 300,000 children, little children, who were trafficked into the United States on the Biden watch, many of whom have been raped, exploited, and abused, and sold. Nobody talks about that. The fake news doesn't write about it. With many others, young children who are missing or dead. And we found a lot of these children and we're sending them back. And we've been sending them back to their parents. They said, nobody knows who they are. They said,
like, just look at this zone.
And we'll find out and we'll figure it out. We'll bring them back to
all right here.
And the
just
mother
right there.
Rush to the door and their tears in their eyes. They can't believe that they're seeing their son or daughter, their little son or daughter again. We've done almost 30,000 of them so far. Any system that
I want to say a bull flag. I can't even say any flags right now. because this looked like a bull flag. This one, if these bars close further down, I would say yes. But
and we are continuing to work to track down the villains that are causing this problem.
we got the VWAP up there at 973. 973 for the VWAP.
Now I think we're going to have another. We're going to find a lot. You're not going to find all of them. 300, more than 300,000. They're lost.
Finally breaking out of that little area.
They're dead because of the animals that did this. To protect our citizens, I've also designated.
Just tap that VWAP.
Savage drug cartels as forest tech, and you see this, and you see it happening right before your eyes.
Let's see if we build out another bull flag. If we have the momentum, maybe I take it, but I would prefer him to stop talking.
On the seas by Venezuela, they tend not to want to travel very quickly anymore. And
well, it's like some people are like, you know, like wanting to trade, and then some people are like,
we call them the water
just
drugs.
waiting it out.
Yeah.
Hundreds of thousands of people. I've also
when Trump talks, I use caution only because if he said something like super crazy, the market would instantly start dumping. And you don't want to be in a trade going long and he says like everyone's getting Trump's, not Trump's, tariffs. Like, so it's one of those things where I'd rather just wait. Since this is not an eval, these are my funded, so that's why I'm holding.
Why didn't you get that other one set out? Your new eval we were talking about, so then you could trade on that when you're ready.
I'll purchase that one a day. It takes sometimes like 30 minutes for it to populate to your actual account, so that's why I'm in no rush for that currently. It takes a little bit for them to add it sometimes.
I believe we lost 300,000 people last year to drugs, 300,000. Fentanyl and other drugs. Each boat that we sink carries drugs that would kill more than 25,000 Americans. We will not let that happen. Energy is another area where
right back into that zone again.
Like never before. We're getting rid of the falsely named renewables. By the way, they're a joke. They don't work. They're too expensive. They're not strong enough to fire up the plants that you need to make your country great. The wind doesn't blow. Those big windmills are so pathetic and so bad, so expensive to operate. And they have to be rebuilt all the time, and they start to rust and rot. Most expensive energy ever conceived, and it's actually energy. You're supposed to make money with energy.
Lots of momentum to the downside right there. That pushes back into that zone.
And most of them are built in China, and I give China a lot of credit. They build them, but they very few wind farms. So why is it that they build them and they send them all over the world, but they barely use them? You know what they use? Coal. They use gas. They use almost anything, but they don't like wind. But they sure as hell like selling the windmills. Europe, on the other hand, is a long way to go, with many countries being on the brink of destruction because of the green energy agenda. And I give a lot of credit to Germany. Germany was being led down a very sick path, both on immigration, by the way, and on energy. They were going green.
Put me asleep.
Bankrupt. And the new leadership came in, and they went back to where they were, with fossil fuel and with nuclear, which is good. It's now safe, and you can do it properly. But they went back to where they were, and they opened up a lot of different plants, energy producing plants.
It's so crazy to think they have people in another room translating all this.
Disaster, what's happening. They were
for each country.
All green is all bankrupt. That's what it represents. And it's not politically correct. I'll be very badly criticized for saying it.
They just need to take away the subsidies. If people want to do that crap, fine, but don't make taxpayers fund it.
I'm feeling a lot safer. Crime, we're getting crime.
If it's
down.
free market and it works, and build your turbine, but don't charge me for it.
Washington, D.C. was the crime capital of America. Now it's a totally, after 12 days, it's a totally
I agree, Steve.
City. Everyone's going out to
I mean,
dinner,
it's like
they're
free
going out
market.
to
Like, if you want to
restaurants,
drive an
your wife
electric
can
car,
walk down
cool,
the
but
middle
don't
of the
sit there
street.
and be like, "Well, I'm
With
getting
or
a
without
discount,"
you,
and
nothing's going to happen.
let the market
My
decide.
people have done a fantastic job, and yes, I called in the National Guard, and the National Guard took care of business, and they weren't politically correct, but they took care of business. We got 1,700 career criminals out, brought them back to where they came from, the countries where they came from, or put them in jails. Washington, D.C. is now a totally safe city again, and I welcome you to come. In fact, we'll have dinner together.
No, it's not. They just had a shooting the other day.
We'll be able to walk.
I
We
saw
don't
it on the
have to
news.
go by an armor-plated vehicle. We'll walk right over there from the White House.
Guy's a
They've
liar.
given up their powerful edge, a lot of the countries that we're talking about, in oil and
Tap
gas,
that
which is
bottom of the
essentially
15-minute range right there.
North Sea
Instantly,
below, the North
Bulls
Sea,
stepped in and
North Sea
hold
below.
that price up.
Aberdeen was the oil capital of Europe, and there's tremendous oil
I'll
that
do it,
hasn't
Duane.
been
I'll
found
do
in
it.
the North
Sit on your
Sea.
hands.
Tremendous oil. And with the Prime Minister I respect and like a lot, and I said, "You're sitting with
Watching
the
his
greatest
left hand,
asset."
because if
They
the left hand
essentially
touches the wall, he's
closed
in
it
a
by
trade.
making it so highly taxed.
No, I'm just watching this.
No developer, no.
It's slow momentum, but it is momentum
They have
to the
tremendous
downside
oil
here.
left, and more importantly, they have tremendous oil that hasn't even been found yet. And what a tremendous asset for the United Kingdom. And I hope the Prime Minister is listening, because I told it to him 3 days in a row. That's all he heard. North Sea oil, North Sea, because I want to see them do well. I want to stop seeing them ruining that beautiful Scottish and English countryside with windmills and massive solar panels that go 7 miles by 7 miles, taking away farmland. But we're not letting this happen in America. In 1982, the executive director of the United Nations Environmental Program predicted that by the year 2000, climate change would cause a global catastrophe. He said that it will be irreversible, as any nuclear holocaust would be. This is what they said at the United Nations. What happened? Here we are. Another UN official stated in 1989 that within a decade, entire nations could be wiped off the map by global warming. Not happening. You know, it used to be global cooling. If you look back years ago in the 1920s and the 1930s, they said global cooling will kill the world. We have to do something. Then they said global warming will kill the world, but then it started getting cooler, so now they could just call it climate change, because that way they can't miss. It's climate change.
Exactly that's right, spot on.
Higher or lower, whatever the hell happens, there's climate change. It's the greatest con job ever perpetrated on the world, in my opinion. Climate change, no matter what happens, you're involved in that. No more global warming, no more global cooling. All of these predictions made by the United Nations and many others, often for bad reasons, were wrong. They were made by stupid people that have cost their countries fortunes and given those same
Not made by
countries no
stupid
chance
people.
of
That's
success.
hilarious.
If you don't get away from this green scam, your country is going
I remember
to fail.
being younger where
And
they
I'm
say
really
we're
good at
going into
predicting things,
like
you
when
know?
Earth Day
They actually
started,
said during the
it was
campaign,
we're going into a
they had a
global
hat.
ice age.
The best-selling hat. Trump was right.
Okay.
about
And it was
everything.
like, and then,
And I
you
don't
know,
say
then
that
it
in a
became global
braggadocious way, but
warming,
it's
and then it
true.
became
I've
climate
been right
change
about
because they don't know what the hell's
everything.
going on.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you that if you don't get away from the green energy scam, your country is going to fail.
Like
If
I
you
say,
don't
you know, it's
stop
like if people want green energy and they
people that
do it
you've never
independently,
seen
cool.
before, that
You know
have
what I mean?
nothing in common with, your country is going
Like,
to
but
fail.
don't subsidize it
I'm the
and don't take
president
away
of the
other
United
things
States, but I worry about
and
Europe.
force
I love
people into
Europe.
it.
I love the people
Yeah.
of Europe. And
You know,
I
I
hate
mean,
to
free
see
market, man. That's
it
where
being
I stand.
devastated
So
by energy and immigration. This double-tailed monster destroys everything in its wake, and they cannot let that happen any longer. You're doing it because you want to be nice. You want to be politically correct, and you're destroying your heritage. They must take control strongly and immediately of the unmitigated immigration disaster and the fake energy catastrophe before it's too late. The carbon footprint is a hoax made up by people with evil intentions, and they're heading down a path of total destruction. You know, the carbon footprint was a big, big thing a few years ago. I remember hearing about the carbon footprint And then President Obama would get into Air Force One, a massive Boeing 747, and not a new one, an old one with old engines that spew everything into the atmosphere. He'd talk about the carbon footprint, we must do so. Then he'd get in and he'd fly from Washington to Hawaii to play a round of golf. And then he'd get back onto that big, beautiful plane and he'd fly back and he'd talk about, again, global warming and the carbon footprint. It's a con job. At extreme cost and expense, Europe reduced its own carbon footprint by 37%. Think of that. Congratulations, Europe. Great job. You cost yourself a lot of jobs, a lot of factories closed, but you reduced the carbon footprint by 37%. However, for all of that sacrifice and much more, it's been totally wiped out and then some by a global increase of 54%. Much of it coming from China and other countries that are thriving around China, which now produces more CO2 than all the other developed nations in the world. So all of these countries are working so hard on the carbon footprint, which is nonsense, by the way. It's nonsense. You know, it's interesting. In the United States, we have still radicalized environmentalists, and they want the factories to stop. Everything should stop. No more cows. We don't want cows anymore. I guess they want to kill all the cows. They want to do things that are just unbelievable, and you have it too. But you know, we have a border, strong, and we have a shape, and that shape doesn't just go straight up. That shape is amorphous when it comes to the atmosphere. And if we had the most clean air, and I think we do, we have very clean air. We have the cleanest air we've had in many, many years. But the problem is that other countries, like China, which has air that's a little bit rough, it blows. And no matter what you're doing down here, the air up here tends to get very
like that's why
dirty
that
because
Kyoto
it comes
Treaty
in
was
from
such a
other
joke they put us
countries where
into,
their air
because
is
it was
also
like
clean.
India got a pass. You
And
know what I
the
mean? It's just like, wait a
environmentalists refuse to
second.
acknowledge that. Same thing with garbage. In Asia, they dump much of their garbage right into the ocean. And over about a 1 week and 2 week journey, it flows right past Los Angeles. You've seen it. Massive amounts of garbage, almost too much to do anything about, flowing past Los Angeles, past San Francisco, and then somebody will get in trouble because he dropped a cigarette on the beach. The whole thing is crazy. The primary effect of these brutal green energy policies has not been to help the environment, but to redistribute manufacturing and industrial activity from developed countries that follow the insane rules that are put down to polluting countries that break the rules and are making a fortune. They're making a fortune. European electricity bills are now 4 to 5 times more expensive than those in China, and 2 to 3 times higher than the United States. And our bills are coming way down. You probably see that our gasoline prices are way down. You know, we have an expression, drill.
Baby drill.
Custos de energia, porque vamos fazer tudo isso, reduzir os custos de energia e os custos
Hey, speak it to you in my native tongue.
Very uncommon to see one in some of these countries because the electric cost is so high. So while the U.S. has approximately 1,300...
5 more minutes, I gotta get off here.
It's a lot.
Disappointed he has not stopped talking yet.
75,000 people
But
get heat deaths each year because the costs are so expensive you can't turn on an air conditioner. What is that all about? That's not Europe. That's not the Europe that I love and know. All in the name of pretending to stop the global warming hoax. The entire globalist concept of asking successful industrialized nations to inflict pain on themselves and radically disrupt their entire societies must be rejected completely and totally, and it must be immediate. That's why in America I withdrew from the fake Paris Climate Accord, where, by the way, America was paying so much more than every country. Others weren't paying. China didn't have to pay until 2030. Russia was given an old standard that was easy to meet, a 1990 standard For the United States, we're supposed to pay like $1 trillion. And I said, this is another scam. The fact is, the United States has been taken advantage of by the world for many, many years, but not any longer, as you probably noticed. I unleashed massive energy production and signed historic executive orders to hunt for oil, but we don't have to do much hunting because we have the most oil of any nation anywhere, oil and gas in the world. And if you add coal, we have the most of any nation in the world. Clean, I call it clean, beautiful coal. You can do things today with coal that you couldn't have done 10 years ago, 15 years. So I have a little standing order in the White House. Never use the word coal, only use the words clean, beautiful coal. Sounds much better, doesn't it? But we stand ready to provide any country with abundant, affordable energy supplies if you need them, when most of you do. We're proudly exporting energy all over the world. We're now the largest exporter. In the United States, we want trade and robust commerce with all nations, everybody. We want to help nations. We're going to help nations. But it must also be fair and reciprocal. The challenge with trade is much the same with climate. The countries that followed the rules, all their factories have been plundered. It's really sad to watch. They've been broken. They've been broken by countries that broke the rules. That's why the United States is now applying tariffs to other countries, and much as these tariffs were for many years applied to us,
we like tariffs.
Controllably applied to us.
You said it again.
We've used tariffs as a defense mechanism under the Trump administration, including my first term, where hundreds of billions of dollars in tariffs were taken in. And by the way, we had the lowest inflation, and now we have very low inflation. The only thing different is that we have hundreds of billions of dollars flowing into our country. But this is how we will ensure that the system works for everyone and is sustainable into the future. We're also using tariffs to defend our sovereignty and security throughout the world, including against nations that have taken advantage of former U.S. administrations for decades, including the most corrupt, incompetent administration in history, the sleepy Joe Biden administration. Brazil now faces major tariffs in response to its unprecedented efforts to interfere in the rights and freedoms of our American citizens and others, with censorship, repression, weaponization, judicial corruption, and targeting of political critics in the United States. I have a little problem saying this because I must tell you, I was walking in and the leader of Brazil was walking out. We saw him and I saw him, he saw me, and we embraced. And then I'm saying, can you believe I'm going to be saying this in just 2 minutes? But we actually agreed that we would meet next week. We didn't have much time to talk, like about 20 seconds. They were in retrospect, I'm glad I waited because this thing didn't work out too well. But we did talk. We had a good talk, and we agreed to meet next week, if that's of interest. But he seemed like a very nice man, actually. He liked me, I liked him. But if you, and I only do business with people I like. When I don't like them, I don't like them. But we had at least for about...
Well, gentlemen, it is 11 o'clock.
It's a good sign.
I have to get off here. So I will see you guys tomorrow. And we're going to make some more money. Not going to forget that this time. Not going to forget that this time. So I will see you guys tomorrow.
All right, brother. All right, everybody.
Have a good one, guys. And when I get off, you guys should still be able to stay on the stream, I believe. When I get off, you guys can still stay on if you want. But that's up to you guys.
All right, I just wanted to stop talking so we could start trading.
I feel that one. All right, gentlemen.
All right.
All right. Hosting the 2026 FIFA World Cup, and shortly thereafter the 2028 Olympics, which is going to be very exciting. I hope
Steve, were you guys going to stay on?
Countless people from all over the globe
Yeah,
will take part in these.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just chilling. I mean, I'm not going anywhere because I want to see the end of this piece. It's kind of like you sat through it. Let's get to the action.
No, that's fine. I'm just going to make you the host, so that way it can stay live for you guys.
Okay, they're making me the host.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, guys.
All right.
It's something really that an amazing thing came out of that date. It's called the United States of America. In honor of this momentous anniversary, I hope that all countries who find inspiration in our example will join us in renewing our commitment, values, and those values really that we hold so dear together. Let us defend free speech and free expression. Let us protect religious liberty, including for the most persecuted religion on the planet today. It's called Christianity. And let us safeguard our sovereignty and cherish qualities that have made each of our nations so special, incredible, and extraordinary. In closing, I just want to repeat that immigration and the high cost